guys, it's Jake, FPR Geek here, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are reviewing the fairly new Rule Breakers promo card, Wilfried Zaha. Yeah, I'm really excited to get into this player review because I did actually really enjoy this card. He is a 5'11" with the high work rates, which is a little bit of a problem, which we obviously will get into. Preferred foot right with the 5-star skill mids, and unfortunately the 3-star weak foot, which isn't, you know, ideal. But it is what it is. He can play left wing, left mid and centre forward, which is really nice for squad building. Gives you a little bit more creativity with, you know, playing him in different formations, which is quite nice. I always love it when a winger can play central, as I have done with the last two player reviews with Joe Cole and Harry Kewell. I just think it's really nice and, you know, obviously makes for easier squad building. He's obviously in the Premier League. He's from Ivory Coast, which is a little bit of a problem for squad building because I think nationality is quite important. But yeah, he obviously he's in the Premier League, so there's a lot of players you can link him to. And then getting into his attributes now, obviously nice pace, 93 pace on his card. The shooting is obviously also really nice, 89 shot power, which is one of his best stats for sure in game. It did definitely feel like that. 87 finishing is just really nice. So for a striker, he's really nice, which is exactly where I played him because he's got high finishing, 87 finishing, 82 attack positioning and 89 shot power. All really nice stats. And then 81 crossing is quite cool, 82 short passing as well is nice. With that 75 long pass as well, so decent passing stats, which I think are also important for anywhere in the, you know, attacking third. 80 agility, which is pretty decent for a fairly quite a tall guy. And obviously with this type of card, he's changed. He's now got that 89 strength, 89 aggression, and also 90 stamina, which is really nice. And he's still got high dribbling stats. I know on his card it says 83, but he's still got 86 dribbling and 85 ball control. I believe his dribbling stats only went down by 2. And then his agility or balance, well, I think it might have been his agility's gone down by 5. Honestly, I've used Zaha's normal card and they feel very similar dribbling wise. So yeah, he's just got all of those other stats boosted and his dribbling does feel, you know, pretty much the same as his gold card, maybe 1 point less. Getting into his traits, unfortunately, he does not have that all-important outside the foot shot trait, but he does have flair and technical dribbler, which are still, you know, decent traits. Obviously, he is a winger, so he's going to have those traits, which is nice. So it makes him transitioning into a bigger player actually feel quite nice in game because a lot of the time you get these, you know, big players and then they get boosted stats, but they don't have like those flair or like technical dribbler like traits because they're obviously a big striker, so they won't have those traits. Obviously Zaha is kind of a pacey technical winger, so for him to get these boosted stats and turn him into almost like a Haaland type player is actually really nice, and it does translate into game really well. So yeah, let's get into the gameplay now. As you can see, that was the team we did play him in. A really nice team around Zaha. And as you can see, also, I did play 19 games with him, so I have properly tried this guy out for you guys. I played all of my games in FUT Champs with him. I did score 22 goals, and I got 7 assists, which I think is, you know, is pretty decent return for a striker in FUT Champs. Can't really complain there. I did play him in the 4-2-3-1 and I applied the marksman chemistry style in, which is important because it does make him lengthy in game, which is obviously going to give him that pace boost and make him feel, you know, absolutely rapid in game. Very similar story to obviously Haaland and Nunes and Sorloth, players like that. And I did play him predominantly, well, every game in striker. I can't remember if I moved him out into like the wide position or not. I'm pretty sure I did just play him in that central position because I think he obviously suits striker a lot more with the lower dribbling, even though obviously he probably still can do a job out there. Yeah, I mainly played him in that striker position. Getting into his pros now, pace was, honestly, he was incredible. Like, he felt, well, I'll get into obviously towards the end of the video what his card felt like, but he did feel that, you know, around 95 pace, higher than his 93 stat. He was absolutely rapid in game. He's probably the quickest card I've used in FIFA so far. I'd love to use players like Haaland because this lengthy thing just honestly makes players so quick. Like Kessie feels, you know, also like 95 pace because I've made him lengthy and he actually has 78 on card. So for a striker that has 93 pace to also be lengthy is kind of nuts, and he definitely felt that in game. Shooting, he was, you know, shooting was really nice and it was all down to his shot power. I feel like every time I pressed the B button, like it would just explode from his foot. That's how powerful his shot was. So yeah, shooting from anywhere was really nice. I can't remember what his long shots. think they were quite low, weren't they? 70 at long shots, but because of his shot power, it actually seemed higher than that. His shot was just so good from anywhere. Trivelas, I scored Trivelas from outside the box with ease with him. So yeah, that was really nice. I've just been speaking about his shot power. Shot power was absolutely crazy. So if you're struggling with strikers with low shot power, then this is a guy for you. Strength, obviously, he's got that, you know, massive strength boost for this card. He feels really strong in game. He can, you know, muscle off pretty much any defender just because he's got such high pace and high strength. He is pretty damn broken in this FIFA, and he very much suits this meta. And then obviously having those 5-star skill moves, he kind of feels like an OG sort of pacey Ibra. Like, he's that big build, he's got 5-star skill moves, which is really nice. He's kind of got everything you need in a striker. So yeah, I think for his price point, he is actually a really good value for money. And then obviously playing that centre forward position is a really nice thing to have as well, as I mentioned before. Being able to play different positions in game is really nice and makes, you know, squad building a lot easier. Getting into his cons now though, he does have some cons that do hinder the card quite a bit. The 3-star weak foot is the first one. I did actually really notice his 3-star weak foot in his passing, but in his shooting it wasn't too bad. It felt, because of his shot power, it did feel like a 4-star at times, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah, overall I feel like it was more like a 3.5-star to 4-star. I think passing made it a lot worse than his 3-star weak foot, but shooting wise he was absolutely fine. I actually felt fairly confident on his 3-star weak foot, and usually a 3-star weak foot does feel like a, you know, a 1-star. So yeah, you know what, if that's going to deter you from this card, I recommend still giving it a go. And if you like players with high weak foot, maybe still give him a chance, because it did feel really nice with obviously that shot power. And then the high work rates were the biggest problem for me. I was finding him like dropping deeper than my cam. So my cam was Depay, and I felt him supplying Depay a lot of the time, which was really annoying because he just kept on dropping, you know, behind Depay, and it was really frustrating because I wanted him, you know, on the end of stuff. He might actually work better in a 2-striker formation, so you can 1-2 it with him a lot easier, because he was very annoying where I just wanted him to, you know, be up there chasing those 3 balls and powering through defenders, you know, utilizing all of his traits that make him such a really great card in game. And yeah, he was kind of becoming a cam a lot of the time, which was really annoying, almost a centre mid at times. So that was really frustrating to, you know, use him like that. But it wasn't like a massive problem. It just, I did obviously notice it a lot in game. And then his last one, we've spoken about his traits. Obviously, he doesn't have the outside of foot shot, which is very frustrating. He also doesn't have long shot taker. So yeah, they're obviously important traits to have, and he doesn't have those, which is a bit annoying. Fun fact, I've given him a 9 out of 10, just because he's got the 5-star skill moves, he's pacey, he suits the meta this year. So overall, he's a very good and very fun card to use in game. Value for coins, I'm actually going to give him an 8.5, even though he's 215k. I think he's still very good value for coins, just because you're getting a lot with this card. There's a lot of cards out there that are around this price and a lot more, which I don't think offer you as much as what Zaha can offer. So yeah, I think 8.5 is a fair, you know, value for him, as he is 215k, so that is quite a lot of money, but I think it's fair. Overrating, I've given him 8.5, and he is FUT Champs ready, of course. And then getting into what his card feels like, it feels 95 pace, 85 dribbling. So his pace gone up 2 and his dribbling already gone up 2. I said his pace, his dribbling feels, you know, fine, and then he feels absolutely rapid in game. And then his shooting, I've given him 83, which is 2 points lower than his 85 on his card, just because it didn't feel like, you know, crazy in game. It felt very good, very consistent in game, but yeah, it didn't quite feel the 85. So yeah, that's why I have given him 83. And then defending 40, because you're not really going to defend with, you know, Zaha, so I just give him what he's got on the card already. Then passing 75, felt was a little bit less than this 79 that was suggested. It might have been to do with his 3-star weak foot, but it didn't feel, you know, around that 79. It definitely felt a little bit worse than that. And then I've given him, obviously, his physical just feels, you know, what he feels on card as he, you know, feels in game. 88 physical I've given him. So yeah, that is everything for Wilfried Zaha. Overall, a very good player to use in game, and I would highly recommend using him, or giving him a go at least, even if you're not really, you know, for the lengthy meta. If you more prefer the more agile players, which I actually do, this guy might be a good transitional card to use, because you can still kind of do that playstyle, but then you get that lengthy meta with him. So yeah, if you're someone who doesn't like Haaland, maybe give this guy a go so you can transition into the meta. Yeah, I think he's a very good transitional player. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this FIFA 23 player review on Wilfried Zaha. Let me know which player you'd like me to review next, and don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe and the notification so you get notified when my videos go live, and I'll catch you next one.